our good times and all the lies that we told. There's only three types of memories. Oh, they either staying or they fading or they already gone. Which one am I? Which one am I? Am I a once in a while or every night? Maybe I'm long gone, I don't know why. But you're here every 10 minutes, maybe 5. I know you're fine and I get that. Lost so much time we don't get back. And I'm wondering if you think back. Got a lot on my list, but I wish that we could go slow with a trip back. Maybe hit the coast and whip back. Now I know that time really go a little bit fast. I might just like this, feel hazy. I know this life gonna get crazy in my mind all the time. It just wake me when I'm in bed. I put my head to the pillow, try to keep it down, keep it mellow. But I keep tripping up in my head. Will you remember me when we get old? Will you laugh about good times and all the lies that we told? There's only three types of memories. Oh, they either staying or they fading or they already gone. Which one am I? Which one am I? Am I a once in a while or every night? Maybe I'm long gone, I don't know why. But you're here every 10 minutes, maybe 5. When the waves get rough, we're leaping in. Keyhole to the good life, keeping in. We were way too young, had to sneak us in. Spark up that we're sleeping in, but I get a little loud. I wish I could turn down my thoughts some nights. I gotta wonder what it is that picks what sticks and what drops. They might get lost, slip your mind. Get swallowed up by the time, impermanent by design. They come and go with the time. The moments pass by, remember those times. September to July, alive by the ocean. Will you remember me when we get old? Will you laugh about good times and all the lies that we told? There's only three types of memories. Oh, they either staying or they fading or they already gone. Which one am I? Which one am I? Am I a once in a while or every night? Maybe I'm long gone, I don't know why. But you're in every 10 minutes, maybe 5. I'm maybe 5.
And the It Is What It Is podcast, you can find it on multiple platforms: Anchor, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Stitcher, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, and on iTunes. Listen, it was just the holiday season. If you haven't, Alexa, play the It Is What It Is that's what you want to be doing this 2020. I know you got an Alexa for Christmas. I know you reached in that stocking and got an Alexa. Alexa, hey Google, play the It Is What It Is That's what you gotta do on all these platforms. So if you don't do it, I swear to God, call next year in your stocking. But guys, you know where to find these podcasts. But I want to tell you what's going on in this podcast. This week, we have the man, the myth, the legend, MrTLexify. We have him on the show, ending and closing out this podcast for the 2020 season. Guys, this is the It Is What It Is podcast, episode 82, the last one of 2019. Let's get it started. Oh, and we are live!
Don't encourage this.
Wow.
Don't
You know
encourage
what?
it.
I taste blood. I taste blood. That's it.
Right?
That's it. I taste blood.
Dude,
The things I do for this pot, I'm already tasting blood. That's it. We are starting this, but Jack, this is the last. I just thought of this like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. This is the last podcast of 2019, Jack.
I didn't realize it either.
I'm looking at the goddamn calendar, and it says this is his podcast on the 28th, and New Year's Eve is on the 31st, which is on Tuesday. I know,
I was
stuff.
behind on how you just said calendar. I think you just threw me off. I got like 3 hours of sleep. That just completely sidetracked.
What'd you do last
looking
night?
at calendars.
What'd you do last night, Jack? What'd you do?
Sometimes you just go on YouTube and you just kind of sit there for a while and don't even realize it.
That's what's up, dude.
I've done that for days. You go down the rabbit hole of just like you find like a video of like Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares moments, and then you go into like sand traps, sand dooms,
and then eventually it's just like 6 a.m. and you're watching giraffes like attack children. It's the best.
That's the beauty of YouTube, man. I love it, dude.
Well, I know once again I gotta get my chat on my phone because for some reason OBS you like to fuck with me all the time. So we gotta go in the chat. Before I give the people watching this lovely podcast live some shout outs, let's go and introduce the man we have on the screen right now, Jack. When I thought of a podcast to do coming back after the Christmas content I fucking did, after just in general the holidays, after Christmas, and now coming up New Year, I wanted a show when we come back running, and we got the man, MrTLexify. Welcome
ladies
to
and
the
gentlemen.
It Is What It Is podcast, Lex.
How's it going? Dude, how was Christmas? Y'all guys
It was
have
a good
Christmas?
one. It was
Yeah,
a good one for me.
Solid.
How was Canadian Christmas?
Basically the same as American Christmas.
So I remember talking to you. I forgot that when we were talking during Thanksgiving time, I forgot that there was 2 Thanksgivings. You have the American Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
I forgot that there was you motherfuckers eat like fat bastards. You can do it 2 times a year. We had the one cheat day, but many people we have more.
Well,
That's
in Canada,
insane.
you start in October. I don't know. It's like October 14th. Yours is what, November something? I can't remember.
It's for what? For Thanksgiving.
For
it's every 4th Thursday. I'm not sure if the date stays the same.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
every
know.
4th Thursday.
I think it's like every second Thursday of October. It's some weird stuff for Canada. I'm not totally sure how that goes.
But
but
yeah,
but it's pretty nice. Like it's you get a ton of food, especially if you go to Canada and you go to the States to get food. It's
Yeah.
the best. I actually think it's great. But
Jack,
yeah.
how was your Christmas?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it's barely Christmas in Texas. It was like 75 degrees. I went outside in like a short sleeve shirt. I don't know how cold it was for you guys up north more, but jeez, dude.
it's cold as shit here. It's terrible.
It's pretty
You
cold
guys
here.
hate it, but I don't know. I feel like cold adds to the vibe of Christmas. Like actually having to like.
Yeah,
really-
it's understandable. New York.
Okay, here's the thing about when everybody wakes up. Oh my God, white Christmas.
Yeah.
Would you rather
yeah.
walk out in slush and just like freezing and you fall down, ice
Yes.
gets in your ass?
Yes.
It's uncomfortable.
No, I haven't seen. I don't know if it's frozen again, but I haven't
froze
seen
again.
snow in like 5 years, dude.
Yeah. Well,
Listen,
like I don't know.
Snow isn't what it's all put up to be. Let's just say it that.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it isn't whenever you're around it so much, but like whenever it's a rare opportunity, there's
The best person to ask right now for this is Milo. Milo is shit deep in fucking snow.
Dude,
So we gotta call
past,
Milo
like,
right now.
2 weeks, I've just opened Instagram and Milo just attacks me with snowboarding pictures.
yeah, my man is in the hills. as
Milo,
we
literally every
speak.
time I go on YouTube, right, his one video was, I'm taking a break, I need a break. Every day I've been going on YouTube with another fucking video of him hanging from a mountain. I'm like, what break? Even though it is some sponsored ones, he has to get out of the way. But I'm like, the one video, if you do a time lapse, I need a break, guys. Next day, I'm on a fucking cliff, mate. I'm on a fucking cliff. It's
Dude, he's
bonkers,
enjoying
mate.
himself. He's living life.
He's enjoying himself. I even said on one of the episodes of Captain Christmas, last Christmas, he gave my man Vinny Boombat Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, nice little surprise video. This year, I told Vinny, I said, Vinny, Milo's going through a little bit of a tough time. He wants to, gather all his thoughts. Let's give him a nice thought. And then Vinny goes, enjoy the fucking mountains. If anybody can come back, it's you. And we gave him a nice pep talk for this Christmas season. But Milo's going. Milo's snowboarding it up in those fucking mountains, I tell you.
Yeah, it's like
really
he was messaging everybody because he was like, man, I want to go skiing a lot, and everybody was just like, nah, nobody else wants to go skiing. So my man is in those hills skiing down.
Everybody left him in the bag. Hey, Milo, you go.
Yeah, you can go ski. It's all good,
Yeah, that's it. Lex, you see my Juggernaut fridge? You see it's all wrapped
Oh
up
my
for the holidays.
goodness. Yeah, like there's mine right there.
Oh shit! Look at that. Does yours still work, by the way?
Yeah, I store very good things.
Okay,
in
for some reason I'm scared.
there.
For some reason I'm scared to
I don't like
plug
the way
mine
you
in.
said that.
Wait, what'd you even say?
I store very good things in there. What does that mean?
So very good things in there. I don't know, my valuables,
It keeps the flesh nice and cold, right, Lex? Keeps the flesh nice. You keep the shoulder blades in there. Yeah, you keep the shoulder blades.
I don't even have mine on, but like it keeps it nice and cold.
I feel you though. I feel you. You know what? Whatever gets you through the holidays, Lex. Whatever vice gets you through the holidays. Some people it's drinking. For you, it's cutting off body limbs and keeping it in your juggernaut fridge. Let's give some people in the chat some shout outs for watching this podcast. COD Zombie Memes, Rock693, it's De La Cruz, Rushmore, some GD Clips, Just Adrian, Cress. We got FBI, we got Agent 215. Yesterday I was streaming and I got FBI, no, was it 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago I was streaming and I see FBI Agent 215 in my chat. I don't know how I feel about that. We have an FBI
we don't
agent
like
watching. FBI agents watching the streams now. I'm not sure.
You're on a watch list.
I'm on a watch, Jack. I'm on a watch. What's going on, people? Viral Edge. Liquid Cobra. What's going on, Faraz? What is going on, people? Kingman. I can go on for days. What is up, people? Welcome to the It Is What It Is podcast. I want to get into this podcast hot, deep, dirty. I want it to be raw. I want it to be ranting upon rant upon rant.
Perfect. My mother's watching.
Is she watching, really? Is she watching? Okay. All right, I'm sorry. Today we're going to learn how to make banana bread, and you need a nice dough base.
Is that how you picture a white Southern mother just
Jack,
looking
I
to
already
make
told
bread?
you. I already told you how I picture your mother. Lex, okay? I tell Jack, I'm like, oh, Jack, my family's crazy during the holidays. You can't even picture them. Jack goes and says, well, you know, every Thanksgiving we wake up to a big breakfast. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm telling you how if a Christmas goes by without a toaster being floated across our head, it's a successful Christmas. We have Mr. fucking Jack over here. We get a nice flannel shirts. We go to the mall, see Santa Claus. You know who does that every year and makes it public on Instagram before we get to the details of the podcast? Pack-a-Punch does that every fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
You see a Pack-a-Punch standing by Santa like this. in the southern khaki fucking pants. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Why does he do
that?
It?
For his mom.
Yeah,
me and my sister do the same because my mom. That's like thing my mom.
I guess
just
some
wants every
families
year.
love Santa in fucking malls.
Dude, no, you don't understand. It's the worst going through the mall, like 20 years old, baby.
Yeah.
Jack, you're going to a mall where you're sitting on a guy's lap who's an alcoholic on the weekends, okay? They hired him because he has that fat gut. That's the only
I don't know what
reason why
kind
he
of
has the
Santas
job.
you got up there in
We
New
have
York.
New York
Our Santas
Santas,
are pretty
Jack.
wholesome.
We have New York Santas where you can go in the corner, see a fat guy named Sal. Hey, put a beard on. Let's go. That's it. And then you have 20,000 kids sitting on that guy's lap. He can be a pedophile. Who knows? Hey, that's the candy cane you touch
It's a
next
profitable time, man. Like that's what it is.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on here. But listen, you enjoy. Did you take one this year, Jack? Though for Santa Claus?
Yeah.
We
gotta
go
every year, dude.
Jack, for one episode next year, maybe we gotta do a nice time lapse of all your pictures lined up. Here's 2010. Here's 2011. Yeah. Oh, your mom definitely makes a nice collage of them on the holidays. She puts it like above the door fucking frame.
Yeah, dude. In like 50 years, when she's still forcing us to go, yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's the greatest.
Jack the Bus. We're gonna move on from Santa pictures. Okay, we're gonna move on. Lex, let me just say one thing to you. I'm gonna say something to you. I'm just gonna say something to you. I want you to just say the one word that comes to your mind when I say this. Okay?
Okay, I got you.
Zombies Chronicles 2.
Not happening.
Okay. But going fast right now, Lex.
Dude, there are people seething now.
I see people.
What do you say about Zombies Chronicles 2?
I know. I'm already waiting to see Azura come back in the chat and start.
Oh, he's coming out of the grave. I see him. He's like somewhere back there.
So Lex, I already wrote down. I already know how I want this conversation to go because I already know people have their opinions in the chat about Zombies Chronicles 2 and shit like that. And I want to know this stuff. Okay. I want everyone's opinion and stance first, just on Zombies Chronicles 2. So, Lex, you've been to Treyarch. You've been to capture events. You've been to events where you've had talks and meetings with Blundell, the Zombies team, just in general, people working on the game. So, when was the last time you went to Treyarch for an event?
Oh, man. I didn't go for anything BO4 related for DLC, because, I don't know, the DLC, like, capturing event kind of slowed down. I think after Ancient Evil, I think it was. I think that was the last recording event. I went to the one pre-BO4. So that was like the one with, I think, almost every human being that I could imagine that most people know from Zombies went. I think that was the one. Yeah.
All right, so you've been to capture events, and at these capture events, of course, you have people at Treyarch talking to you and telling you that. So recently, there's just been there are things going around about Zombies Chronicles 2 coming to BO4. Zombies Chronicles 2 could be a thing. Just in general, and then we'll go to Jack before we get into the meat and potatoes of this. I just want your stance now. Right away, you said not gonna happen. So when you heard all these things of Zombies Chronicles 2. Just in general, your mind, what do you think a Zombies Chronicles 2 could have been, or what do you think it could be, just in general?
It's a lot, like, I think Zombies Chronicles 2, essentially, everybody's main idea of it is, like, the BO2 maps, right? Transit, Dire Eyes, Buried, obviously. It would make a lot of sense for it to be in BO4 for what people are saying, right? But I think that if it is in BO4, like everybody also agrees, it's going to be a major opportunity wasted. I think that's like, I don't know, like BO4 was a fun game when it was out. It had its moments. It wasn't suitable for everybody, and I think it would just be better now even if they made the opening maps Zombies Chronicles 2 for BO5.
Yeah.
I think that would be incredible, like that would be exactly what everybody wants. Like it would be crazy. You're buying another game and the first map is Transit again. Like that would be hilarious.
The thing is with me, okay, so right away, before we get into it, so now Jack, you hear Zombies Chronicles 2. Now I know, Jack, you haven't been involved in this community that much, but however, you were involved when Zombies Chronicles were out, and you also know how the state of BO4 was, okay?
I could kind of I played TOG a lot on release. I freaking loved that map, but I could tell by the sheer amount of effort put into that map that there wasn't going to be more maps. It was like everything was so rushed. It was, and I love TOG to tell before I open Twitter to see Jack is canceled because TOG is a good map. Dude, TOG's a great map, but you could tell they didn't have time for anything on that game because I imagine they were thrown into the thick of things when BO5 had to be started. So no, 100% not.
No, so, and the thing is now we're getting to the info and rumors. So now a big person in this community has been very vocal to, he's been vulgar. What kind of word is that? Vulgar.
That's a Milo word right there.
You're vulgar towards the game mode. He's been very vocal to this topic, Zombies Chronicles 2, and a lot of his videos is DK Dynamite, or if you're wondering, DK Dynamite's making videos saying 100% confirmed in BO4, 100% Zombies Chronicles 2 is gonna come. So when you see titles like that, 100% confirmed coming to BO4, 100% Zombies Chronicles 2 is gonna be a thing. Those right away, we understand those are the YouTube ways to grab on for those views.
Yeah.
Did he play BO4?
What, DK Dynamite?
Did he
I assume he's played. Yeah, I assume.
Are we looking at the same game?
Sure. I assume he's played BO4. I assume.
Okay.
So when I see that also, I'm like, okay, I don't think so. Right away, because and also when I came to Lex for this to be on the podcast, also we're like, hey Lex, a lot of things are going around. 100% coming to BO4. In his video, he did make an exact quote, and this is a quote from his video. He did say that people from Treyarch, when people went for the Alpha, not for the Alpha, but maybe not. I think it wasn't an event for Alpha Mega. Was it for Ancient Evil or one of the events for BO4? YouTubers went to Treyarch, and the Treyarch team told them Zombies Chronicles 2 is done and ready. That's what he said in his video.
I feel like that doesn't even sound like something he would say though.
I have to. Yeah, that sounds kind of ridiculous. Because from what I know from people that were there, for Jordan and everything. Give me one sec. From what I know from people,
what pizza do you want, Lex? What pizza do you want?
Yeah, no, it's just a girl. But from what I know from JC and everything, because he was there with everybody for Ancient Evil. Again, I don't know if there was a recording event for Alpha, Omega, or TOG. 100% sure. Like I'm quite sure that there
I don't know
wasn't.
why they would do one.
It doesn't really make sense, right? It's
For
like you were
money.
saying, like Tog is it's a good map, but in terms of development quality, it wasn't really anything too much, right?
Mhm.
So because of that, why would they do more for the game? It's just in that simple logic, you know. But
Yeah.
but I do have to say though, I do have to agree with everybody's point where it's like those 3 maps I think are for sure confirmed to come out,
Yeah.
but people just don't know where
That's
or
what
on what.
that's what I was
you
gonna
know?
say too. I think right now the plan was maybe to bring a Zombies Chronicles 2 at the end of BO4. That was maybe the
Mhm.
plan. Because think about it, during the cycle of BO4, and Jack, you played it during this as well when they added
Yeah.
Buried into Blackout. So Buried, think about it, Buried's fucking done basically. It's in Blackout. Okay?
Yeah.
And even if you play the Blackout version, it feels like you're actually in the map. Like they made pretty much the full map, besides the starting room where you jump down and
Right.
shit like that. But Buried's basically in there. Most of the lava and shit like that, and one of the MP maps has a section for transit in there. They had the transit bus in there and stuff, even though it's a sort of transit's big and that's small assets of it. Transit's also in there. Call of the Dead's basically Call of the Dead. Blood of the Dead's Blood of the Dead. What you go? I'm not a Die Rise would have to make a Die Rise, but then some people were saying the buildings in a Blackout could be something like, oh, they can use those for Die Rise. Either way, I think that Zombies Chronicles 2, those buried maps, I feel like they are done.
I agree. No,
I feel like
fully agree.
any
Yeah.
other maps that any other day. So now I see in the chat, Greg of PS, who went to many events as well, even said they did not say that it did not happen. They did not say Zombies Chronicles 2 was done. I think that they are saying right now, you know what? We got fucked with BO4 having the Activision saying, hey, you gotta stop. We're cutting you short with this. You gotta move on to next year's Call of Duty because you need to make one. I think they're saying now, okay, you know what? This could work good. Maybe, Lex and Jack, maybe I'm just crazy and I haven't had soda in a little bit. Maybe this could be a pre-order bonus for the next game.
There's no, like, okay, I think it's too much for a pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
You know, I think it would be like maybe, I don't know, like, because it would be cool if they did like Nuketown again as a pre-order bonus, because that was Nuketown.
That's not for Mega though.
Like, but this is the thing, like, Black Ops 2 and this game are merging to be so similar now at this
Yeah.
point that I don't even know. This next game could literally be re-releasing with Transit, and everybody would be going crazy. And that's the funniest part. Like, it doesn't even have to be a new map. If they just put Transit again, but made it better, everybody would get it. Like, it would be hilarious, you know?
You said something on when we did the biggest Zombies podcast ever. You even said you were like, some of the maps on BO4, if you put and that were bad or whatever, if you put them on BO3's engine and shit, they would be fucking crazy. I think if you put Zombies Chronicles 2 even in BO4, I feel like it wouldn't work because BO4 is mechanics and shit.
Yeah.
You know? It wouldn't even feel good.
Well, now here's the other question that I've been thinking of, right? If BO5 includes BO4 mechanics, then why wait to put Zombies Chronicles 2 on BO5?
Yeah, we'll get that later.
You know?
We'll get there later in the podcast. But like, I
like
got you.
that's such a huge question that it's like, who knows, right? Like, and
Really?
there's so much to talk about on this conversation where it's like, in terms of Zombies Chronicles 2, just in that portion, I think 100% it is finished, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It is done. It is ready to go. It is whether they're putting them on BO4 or BO5. But then that makes you kind of argue BO5 is going to be the first next gen version of these games, right? So does that mean that they have to remake those maps that they already remade for BO5? Like, it's like,
do we know it's next gen? It
well,
might.
I
mean,
would
it comes out next
assume
year.
so. It comes out
Yeah.
next year, 2020.
When do those consoles come out though? Before like October or November?
I think they come
December.
Like
holiday.
So, like, it could be a re-release onto those next gen.
That's
I'm
what
not
they
totally
did.
sure.
That's what they did with. I remember the one game I knew they did that for when Xbox 360 and the one converted. When NBA.
Well, BO3 had last gen. right? BO3
Yeah.
had
BO3 had
360.
last gen. Yes,
Yeah.
it did. But yes, it did. But I don't think. But that last gen was, I think, mainly like, I think they were like, we have to, for the last thing, we gotta just bring it out. Like for the last thing, let's just throw it out there. We need to get a last gen out. And then after that, it was like nothing. That's it. After that, it was like a no brainer. They weren't gonna do no more last gen consoles. And I think also the last gen for BO3, it was like a fucking.
You didn't enjoy last gen? What are you talking
It wasn't
about?
even enjoyable. No, it wasn't.
Last
It
gen
really
was the
wasn't.
best thing that ever happened.
What if we
to
just
Black
see Lex pick up a shoe and just chuck it at her? what if we just see, like, get out of my fucking room? You see a boot just fucking clock in the head.
Yeah, no.
We're on the It Is What It Is podcast, you motherfucker. You just see a flat eye and just go. Oh boy. But no, yeah, I don't think they're gonna do Zombies Chronicles 2 for BO4.
I
think
it would be literally the most tragic thing ever. You would go from Zombies Chronicles 1, which in my opinion was like the peak of Zombies community, to the absolute trough, like with Zombies Chronicles 2. You would not want that. Like, I think if they wanted another peak, it's such a great idea to just include it into the next game. Like every single person, every single normie that's ever played Zombies ever, they're gonna be like, "Yo, Transit's being remade. Let's buy that again."
Yeah, dude.
Like,
People that aren't that involved, they
idea
know
selling
Transit.
So where would we place Zombies Chronicles 2 in the next game? Like I said, I thought it would be a pre-order bonus just to get it out of the way.
So this is the thing. I think it would be insanely cool if they just released those 3 maps as the on-disc content for the game. Like, that's it.
Oh.
There's nothing special about it.
That one.
I think it would be the best way. There's no way they're gonna make people shell out money for it. That would be such a mistake. I think because of the lack of development time they also have. They have like no development time. Like they have a year. Like there's no way they can do anything else, right? Like,
but like Zombies
you mean-
Chronicles 1 made so much money. I feel like a lot of higher ups would see that and make them like want to.
You think, right? You think that they would look at that and be like, "Oh my gosh, we should make more," which is exactly what they're doing. But like, it's taking so long, right? Like you would think that. And again, if BO4 was really popular, I think we would have been seeing something completely different. I think maybe the season 1 of the DLC pass would have been all chaos. We would have had chaos.
Somebody just said that also in the chat right now. For us said, but then what about chaos?
Yeah, like chaos would have been DLC 1 to 4, and then Zombies Chronicles 2, I think, would have been its own season pass for Black Ops 4. And I think that was the common consensus among people. And then Treyarch and Activision were like, well, BO4 is declining. It just would make so much sense that they were like, okay, let's make a whole new game. Let's invigorate everybody. We're saying take away all the bullshit from BO4. We're going back to the classics here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that version, but for zombies. And like, it makes sense because right now, what are people doing? We're on a break because Modern Warfare has nothing. Really just
Spec
nothing
Ops
for
really
third game mode.
hanging on.
Yeah, like just clinging for dear life. But that's I think the best plan of attack that they could do. And I know if they do that, people will go.
But then
crazy.
what are you gonna say to the people? What are the people that say like maybe like the Red Austins and the people who really are they're like okay, yeah, that you know what?
How many are there?
That's true, Jack. Good point. Good point there, Jack. Good point.
I don't know if this world can handle more than one.
No, but we're losing the types of people like that in the community now. We're slowly starting to see Reed decrease. Reed's applying for jobs now. We're gonna slowly.
Dude, I saw
we're
that
gonna
on Twitter.
slowly
I was
lose
like,
Reed
the community's collapsing.
The community's going down. Jack's becoming a fucking Hollywood rapper. Fucking Reed's just going to become, I don't know, an accountant somewhere. I don't know, man. We're losing people left and right. The Smith Plays is doing Led Zeppelin on a guitar now. He's performing concerts. We're losing people, man. We're losing them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Chat say I'm seeing a lot of people from chats and they wouldn't like that because. But I'm saying the same thing because. If we get the next game, like 2020's the next Treyarch game, the next Treyarch installment for Zombies, I don't know. I made a video saying I think the best case scenario in order to save Zombies and in order to like save what we got in BO3, so it's not like, I mean, BO4, so like BO4 wasn't a game like, oh, well, that didn't happen. Nothing can be, we're gonna put that under the covers. BO4 did not happen.
Yeah.
I think if they just start with Chaos again, we get one Chaos map, and then, think about it, we got 4 maps at the end, in the beginning of BO4, and then we found out that they didn't even have 3 full years, and we still got 4 maps. I don't know. I don't know. Jack, where do you think they could put Zombies Chronicles 2 in the next game? Because I don't know. I don't know.
My predictions for BO5 is just that it's gonna be an absolute dumpster fire.
Bro, we're less than a year away now.
There's a high possibility of that too, right?
The fact that the beta's in like 6 months just blows my mind. Or probably like
I don't
7
know.
months. It just blows my mind. Like
I don't know. I think maybe with all this talk and with all this shit going on with Zombies Chronicles 2, maybe we might not even fucking see it because maybe they're like, oh, we got fucked. we just got fucked.
Well, and this is the thing.
I don't know, because where could it fit now?
Yeah, there's a chance that there might not even be an original map on launch for the next game as well. Like it could
Wouldn't be
literally just
surprised.
be Transit Die Rise Buried.
Wouldn't
Like,
that?
Yeah.
Would it? Because so many
that
people,
would suck.
including me, exactly.
that would suck to us, but people that haven't played zombies in like since like 2013
It
would
would
be
peel. It would
rejoicing.
peel so
Yeah.
well, which
Yeah.
is why I'm thinking like it's the best plan of attack for them, right? Like because they can just go from wherever with that. Like once, like if you think of it as like a marketing ploy, it's like okay, grab everybody with what they like by buying the game, and then what you said with Chaos is like the whole DLC season could literally just be Chaos. We have no idea. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
no.
I think it's this uncertainty that makes the game so strange. It's just exactly like Jack said. You have 6 months until the beta. We know zero about this game.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero. There's nothing.
And that's what I was trying to do the math. I was like counting the months in my head, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I remember it was like March when you got that short video of them carving the BO4 logo and the steel beams. That was the end of February, March. Like the last week or the last day of February.
It wasn't even that long ago. Like,
No!
yeah.
So-
Dude,
so
we were
now-
saying this is gonna be the best game ever.
I'm like, so now,
Oh my
so
god.
now everybody's complaining about this Modern Warfare Battle Pass not being that great. Oh, let's get the next one, motherfucker.
It's not that bad.
Motherfucker, by the net. No, it's not that bad, but some people that are saying, oh, you know, it could have been better. Those motherfuckers that are still trying to see what can be next for Modern Warfare, the BO5 trailer might be coming out before that. Like, holy shit. Like,
Dude,
a teaser image might be coming out before then.
I'm actually in high anticipation of seeing BO5 just to see like what they threw together in the last like 9
I'm
months
scared.
or so.
I am really scared.
But this is the thing, right? Like everybody's always so negative about it, right? And
Yeah,
everybody's
no, of
like,
course,
yeah,
every year.
Black Ops 4. It's just like, man, if I see that this game releases with BO4 mechanics, I think I'm gonna lose it. Like that is like that is the literal epitome of just not listening to a single thing anybody has said ever. Like that would be so wild.
Because,
like,
right,
could you imagine?
Because in
That's
BO4, the
crazy.
one thing that sticks out is the mechanics, which fucked up the perk system, which fucked up, the gob gun basically being your D-pad. It really just messed up a lot of things. If we see the same mechanics and then when you just said before, a non-original map, because think about that. We wouldn't have an original map since Ancient
Garage.
Evil. No,
Or
since
since
Ancient Evil.
Yeah.
If an Ether map also
For
since
Garage,
Garad.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Garad is 16? Yeah. Wow.
So
And
think
we're
about
almost
that.
in 2020.
So if we get a game, it is scary. But I was gonna say, I am sort of getting a little sick and tired now of it being a different COD every year. I'm starting to get a little tired.
What?
I'm starting to
you
get a
don't
little
like
tired.
Call of
Well,
Duty
this is the
releasing?
thing. Back in World War II, they addressed this issue, and this is why I was like so excited for BO4. I was like, oh man, they finally get that yearly releases are terrible and that they should focus. Like, man, it would just be cool if a game just came out where it's like you had 2 games. It's like, okay, 2020, we're tired of all this bullshit. You have 2 games releasing. One game is called just straight up Call of Duty, and we
Okay.
just put all the multiplayer and campaign stuff in there.
Yes.
And obviously the second one is called Call of Duty Zombies.
Yes.
And put all the zombie stuff in there. And you just keep building.
And then
that's
you keep
it.
That makes too much
updating.
sense.
It makes too much
That
sense,
would be
right?
so good. You don't know
Yeah.
how good that would be.
It
Because
would be
then
perfect.
because then think about it though, because every time a game changes, the game's audience changes. Futuristic non-haters, non-futuristic haters, people like the old school, people like the new school. So every different COD, a different audience changes. Every time an audience changes, the numbers on social media, depending on people who make entertainment videos, changes. BO3, highest it ever was. BO4, fucking scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
I've
So-
seen MW videos do trash in comparison to BO4, like and on YouTube. That's
in
what
terms
I've
of-
seen.
In terms of multiplayer, though, I think the multiplayer scene is really alive, and I think it's because I don't know if you guys are seeing their Twitch marketing strategy from Modern Warfare. It's good.
It's like
They
attachments and
do
shit you
good.
get while you're watching streams or something.
Well, it's like they have a ton of people out like
That
streaming
just
Modern
stream it,
Warfare.
yeah, as
like,
a
and
partner.
Okay, gotcha.
They grab every single top Fortnite player, like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those YouTubers and stuff.
And
They
a lot
did
of them liked it.
job.
They just play in
Yeah.
their own time now.
They
Mm-hmm.
did such a good job, and it's like you kind of have to think of zombies now in this like two-part way, where it's like if the multiplayer is successful, the zombies mode will also be successful, I
Yeah.
think, and it's also now a third way to think of it because of battle royale.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing. Is 2020 Black Ops 5 gonna have battle royale? There's no way.
It's
There's
20.
absolutely
It's
no way.
2020. Okay. Is BO5 going to be called BO fucking 5?
They already said they would be, I thought.
I
That was-
think it will.
I know what article you're talking about, Jack, and they did say the next Black Ops title, but that was an article when they were explaining how, oh shit, Treyarch's making the next game. So maybe it's in the moment they was like, they're making the next Call of Duty. Treyarch makes BO titles. I don't think I don't think I would take that seriously in that article.
Well, and this
But
is the
I
thing.
don't know, but why? Do you really think if they go with BO5 again, what the fuck's the purpose? Because BO4 did have no purpose.
Yeah.
No purpose.
I think I have your answer here. They're gonna go exactly what they did with Modern Warfare,
Just
and
Black
I
Ops?
will not be surprised if this
Yeah.
next game is just Call of Duty
Black
Black
Ops.
Ops. Yeah,
Mhm.
which I think would be perfect. Like,
You said you didn't know why they did BO4. I think they did BO4 literally just for the name and marketing value. Because
Yeah.
people see
Yeah.
Black Ops and the success of BO3. They're like, oh, BO3 was good. BO4 has
And that,
to
and,
be
that,
good.
and that little cutscene where like Woods and Mason didn't do shit either. Dude,
Yeah.
Dude,
think
you
it
didn't
was
like the
a-
specialist
it-
playthroughs?
It was like a fan. it was like a fan fiction fucking like. I don't know. I wouldn't even be able to tell you, really. But I don't know. You know what? That's funny. You know, there's a lot of people still playing Blackout on Twitch. I see my man TP.
Yeah.
He always
It's a
plays.
solid PC
Blackout.
COD. dude.
Yeah, people always say it's like to this day like the greatest like battle royale, like they think like to this day, because there's not a lot of bullshit that does go on, you know, like the really
It's
there's
just
not
like
a
the
lot.
UI and everything is built for PC and it runs really, really well on it.
you know what? Honestly, before the whole battle royale craze, I played a ton of Blackout. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. And then Apex came out. In my opinion, they just did everything better. Like they
Yeah.
did
still a fan
every
of Apex?
single aspect. I don't play Apex anymore. Like
Mm.
if I play battle royale, I've actually like the new chapter of Fortnite has got me back into playing that game. Like I really enjoy going
Mhm.
back into playing Fortnite. I played so much Fortnite back in the day as well. Like
Yeah.
Mm.
I just play a lot of games. Like
Yeah.
I played a ton of Overwatch, played a ton of Fortnite. Like I like going and seeing how all these games go, because I'm not too hard of an MP fan like most people are. Like I don't really
Yeah.
I don't really game too much MP, but if the MP is good, I think zombies will prosper. I really hope this next game doesn't have a battle royale though, because like I always think about it, and I always think battle royale is kind of what killed the zombies development for BO4, and I hope that doesn't happen again.
MW's
I
Battle
really
Royale is
really
supposed to
hope
come out
That
next
I was
month.
just gonna say, isn't MW supposed to be having them?
It's supposed to come out next month, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out for 2020, right? But
when
Yeah.
when the first teaser for Treyarch next game is gonna come out, we might get an image next month. We might get you know what we might get? We might get an image of Misty's panties hanging from a fucking clothes hanger next month, and then all of a sudden it just says "Happy Holidays from Treyarch." We got shit coming, motherfucker.
well, literally, that's the only thing that they could do
That's
to
it.
excite
That's
people
it.
now.
That's it. Honestly,
Dude,
yeah,
you
the
just
happy
reminded
holidays.
me of the mask picture of like how excited everyone was
Do you
when they
remember
saw
that
the
time?
mask.
I remember that time. I remember.
Dude,
I made a video in 2 seconds.
Everybody lost their minds, and we didn't even know the shitstorm that was coming
Yeah,
for
no.
us.
Really.
I feel like that's how they're gonna come back to it. It's gonna piss me off so much when they post some obscure image and say like, how do you say forget what you know, but like in a different way, like things will
Forget
change.
what you Wow, you know what?
Things will
They
change.
try. You know what though? They try to warn us. Treyarch. They try to warn us. You know, in the beginning they were already like, forget what you know. BO4, you're gonna want to forget this. Okay.
Have you seen Johnny's bio on Twitter? He's like, I'm
Forget
still
what
not
you
sure if
know.
I forgot what I knew.
Good. That's the best fucking caption ever. Cause Treyarch try to warn us like you're gonna want to forget about this game in 3, 2, 1. You forgot? Good. Okay. BO5.
What does that even mean? Like knowing everything about BO4 now. What does forget what you know even
don't
like
know. I don't know.
correlate to?
It's their version of just I hope you like this game.
Really, I do. What you call it? This is still more zombies, epicness talk, and we're gonna have going on pretty soon. But what you call? I do want to also finish out this Zombies Chronicles 2 topic. So yeah. I don't know. DK Dynamite is in the chat right now. I don't want to go on a full discussion again because I do want to move on with the show. However, to pretty much wrap what we talked about, Zombies Chronicles 2, despite all the way, you know, to try to get views and stuff with the 100% gonna be in BO4, 100% gonna happen. Greg FPS in the chat said pretty much he remembers no one Treyarch, anyone in Treyarch saying that Zombies Chronicles 2 is done. Some people, it doesn't make sense. We all said it doesn't make sense for it to be in BO4. I don't know why it would be in BO4. I think Treyarch wants to forget about that fucking game and just move on. How it's gonna fit, don't know. So yeah, hopefully one day we can have you on and hopefully discuss what the info you got.
I think it's for sure in the foreseeable future though. Like I can't just say that it's not gonna ever come out. It's for sure coming out.
That's it. That's also what we said, was that we probably know Buried, Die Rise, we probably know those maps are done. We probably know they made them for a planned Zombies Chronicles 2 to be at the end of BO4 or whatever plan they had. But then when they got the sledgehammer taken down, then they were probably like, what the fuck do we do with this? And then I don't think they'll be, but the mechanics, I don't even think I would want those maps to be on BO4. I don't even.
No thanks. Yeah.
Has anyone told them they can just like take a year off? It's like,
well, when Activision comes knocking on your door, okay? When Activision comes knocking on your door and says, "Hey, those people fucked up. We need you." How I want to know what Sledgehammer did or what they didn't do, which gave them like you're not making this, motherfucker. You're not making this.
They got a pretty shit track record, to be quite honest.
I don't know. I liked World War II multiplayer a lot.
Like, I don't know. MP was, I don't know. World War II to me was one of the weakest Call of Duty games, at least for me ever. Like, I've never resonated less with a Call of Duty game. Like, I actually think I like BO4 just a tiny smidge more than World War II. Like, I don't know. My baby.
I love Advanced Warfare. That's a Call of Duty that I just Jack, shut the fuck up. I love Advanced Warfare. I love Advanced Warfare. I don't know.
Future lover.
Listen, I had the most fun with my friends on that COD. That's why. But listen.
Yeah.
As long as you don't like Infinite Warfare multiplayer, we're all fine here. Infinite Warfare multiplayer, I have just some stigma for.
I don't even think I played it once. Like
Advanced Warfare?
No, Infinite Warfare
multiplayer.
Oh, I probably have 5 games played on that multiplayer. Like I probably hopped on 5 matches of that game.
Dog, I got IIWII for Christmas. I put that disc in my PlayStation. I played 1 game of multiplayer, took that disc out. It has been sitting in the exact same place since I played that. I swear to God. I
remember I did that with Ghost.
Multiplayer.
I remember I got Ghost on day 1 and I put it in and I was like, BO2 Zombies, and that's it. I went back to BO2 Zombies.
This is pretty fun.
Yeah,
The leaning was
Yeah, Ghost was good, but you know, we're not talking about Ghost. We're talking about the BO3 pre-alpha images. This fucking shocked me. Okay, so so now we're moving on, people. If you want to talk about more Zombies Chronicles 2, go rewind the podcast or watch it later. BO3 pre-alpha images, for somebody who doesn't even know what I'm talking about. If anybody didn't watch Zombros last week, BO3 pre-alpha images. Some people that hopefully aren't gonna get in trouble because Reed and everybody even said on the podcast, like, you guys are ballsy for like putting the guys. We cannot show these images on screen. I don't want Activision knocking down on my door like they did with Treyarch. Okay, so I don't want that shit. I don't want that on my conscience. I don't want to, Susan Wachowski's gonna take down my YouTube channel. I don't want that on my mind. Okay,
You want me to link it in chat?
Don't even link it, Jack. Let them find it. Let them find it.
Okay, it's on Reddit.
Jack, let them find it.
All right.
It's literally the first Google.
Go on Google, type in BO3 pre-alpha images, or just DM Greg if he has like I did. Okay, so so here's the BO3 images. So right away, well, actually, I have to make sure I do not show them on screen. So how do I even do this like the right way? I want to do this like the most fucking. I don't
Pull them
even
up
know.
Put it up on your phone or something.
My phone, good call. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put it on my phone. So, people, these images, okay, if you haven't seen what these images are what BO3 was going to be. Okay, so this is exactly what BO3 was going to be, and right away, Lex, you've seen these images. When you saw them, what was your first reaction?
A lot of them were pretty self-explanatory. Like a lot of the with BO3, one of the biggest changes they always go to is like when they make their new game, they literally just port everything from the last game into it, which is why for like BO4, you'll see like Shadows of Evil textures and you'll see like all this BO3 stuff. But like, and it's the same thing with this one.
Yep.
All the BO2 guns are here, like the FAL OSW. That is not in Black Ops 3.
That's not.
The
It isn't.
SWAT, yeah, like this
Why
is all
Why does this
BO2.
look like how BO4 ended up?
I know, right? Like
BO3.
I'm really glad they went away from these like blocky fonts.
Box,
Like I
yeah.
really hate that. And Black Ops 4 went with that, and I'm like,
Dude,
nah.
BO3's UI is so clean and underrated. It is
truly so well made, and it's like you can see that they're starting to make the first UI in this the image, and it's like I like the one that the game launched with way better. Like this one just looks too plain. It looks too, I don't know. It just doesn't look polished enough, right? And especially the B symbol. The B symbol looks trash.
They wanted the difficulty to be in BO3, but there was no difficulty setting in BO3. It was in BO4. The difficulty setting.
Honestly, like I kind of dislike mutations in BO4 because it's just too much to do pre-menu. Like BO3 is perfect. You want to play Shadows of Evil, you click 2 buttons, you're in. BO4, you want to play a map, you got to click like 900 buttons before you get in. It's too much customization before the game. Like games like that, you can put the customization like that within the map, you know? So like I don't know. I think
there's an image there now on here. There's an image there that shows customize a character, where you would literally be customizing your outfit on your character.
Yeah.
This is a big one I want to bring up. Okay, I wrote about this. Why does Treyarch take out the customization that we always want, and they put in customization like face mask, and they think that's the shit they want? This would have been, and if you guys don't know the image, it's literally like Floyd Campbell. It's like a select the menu screen where you can select a character, and it says select shirt. So like you can literally customize your character, customize outfit, zombie outfit, multiplayer outfit, campaign outfit. You can, that would have been so cool. And then if you would have done Easter egg, you could have unlocked, like, the biggest thing I love is what Red Austin said was when if you complete an Easter, you get the permis robes. That could have been a great way to do that. Why are they taking these things out? Why these things?
I think it's because there's a lot of things. I think one of the biggest things is whenever, like, because they don't have this type of stuff in BO3, I think it's because a lot of the times whenever they do something, they have to get it approved every single time. And it's like, if you're doing that, and it's like, hey, can I have the Afro wig for zombie
Hey,
outfit
Dad.
number
Yeah,
4?
yeah, yeah.
Like, and I activated a little, like, just like it
I
it'd be
can't
a
imagine
lot.
developing a game under a strict publisher like that. That would be the most frustrating thing in the world.
Which is why, yeah, like it's terrible. Which is why I could imagine that like customization is one of the worst things in the world to go through, because you're just building all these trees of little things, and it's like, here's this, and then the publisher will be like, I'll take this one off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Take this one off. It's like, I think that is one of the major reasons.
I'm just fascinated on all these. So basically, what I'm trying to think is, right, are these maps? So Treyarch, when the game comes out, so you see here, there's early stages of the Rising Drac, early stages of Zetsubo, early stages of Shadows. Shadows doesn't even look like Shadows in one of the images. When you see like images of like Zetsubo here, do they have, when the game comes out, because this is like I'm always curious about, when the game comes out, are they making, like when DLC 1 comes out, do they already have layouts of DLC 2 made, DLC 3 made? Because I know, I remember watching an old interview of the PS4 interview they did with Jason Blundell when Grod Crowley came out. He was talking to the Jason Blundell, and he was like, what can DLC 3 bring to the Zombies community, blah, blah, blah. And BO4, Blundell was like, oh, well, we even have DLC 4 done. Yeah, that's already done. DLC 3's launched today, and we already have DLC 4 done. It's already, we're testing it now. Even though, what testing were they doing on the map? But,
You guys remember when Jason Blundell got fired?
yeah, that was a cool time. That was a cool
Love
week.
that guy, dude.
that was a cool week, and all the stories coming out confirming he was, and and,
That's
and
just how bored we got.
and that's how bored we got, and also that's how creative people in this fucking stupid community could have been when they're like, oh, he has a drinking problem. Click. That's the reason why. And then,
Yeah, that's just the greatest way to put it up, Jack. It's like we were just that bored.
That
Like,
Every little bit of news.
I remember waking up and like in a confusion, in a state of like confuzzlement, like.
Dude, one of these days, I'm just gonna throw up some fake website, throw some random news on there for
Dude,
zombies.
I am ready.
and you'll
to
be
do
the
that.
number one source. You'll be the number one
100%.
source.
I am ready
Yeah.
to just post like a bad photoshopped image of like a starting screen of a new Call of Duty. It says like press X to start, and it's always a crooked image of a TV,
You'll be the
worst
number one.
quality, and
You'll
I
be the
will
number
be
one.
the most liked tweet that day. I guarantee. If I put like but it's never straight. You're expecting people to think it's true. It's never a straight image. The quality is always a potato fucking can. It's always
like-
bad. It's always
like-
terrible. It's always yeah, like you couldn't stand still. Oh my god, people might want to know this. Stand there. No, you gotta make sure you're standing on one leg, like this. Oh, we got it, Bethany. You good? Click.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
really.
They got the camera like this.
Insane. Insanity. Jason getting fired was probably the most embarrassing thing in the Zombies community. I mean, the way we handled it was embarrassing. The way some people were like, you know what? It is his drinking problem. You see the COD XP? Do you see the COD XP footage? Do you see the COD XP footage?
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
There was never not a drink in that man's hand. I guarantee you right there. What the fuck is happening here? I will never have my son or daughter play a Call of Duty Zombies game again. I guarantee you.
Like, I love how like they think because one man drinks like just a beer that like the whole company is
And
like
just
in
because
carnage.
one rumor like that had to be tossed out, and then that snowball effect. I remember, I remember when that was like in full effect, and Hotspot or something made like the first article for it. I was reading it, and I was like,
It was like
this is
Gaming News 64.
I was like, what article even is this? I'm like, who? What source? Because I love the first one I saw. It was like GameSpot. It was GameSpot, and I look at GameSpot, and I'm going down the article, and it's the same picture of him like this in front of the BO3 logo, like this, and I'm like, this man here probably doesn't even like have to deal with day-to-day in office stuff. He's probably higher and he's highest ranking in the studio. What problems could this guy be going through besides like the game being a little fucked up?
This is a good situation to bring up because I think partly because of that situation is why DLC 3 and DLC 4 were seen with such little
Yeah.
dev interaction time. And it could be a precursor to what we're seeing for BO5. Like, I would not be surprised if nobody gets invited out for BO5 if it just suddenly launches.
Mhm.
Like, again, I like at this point, we've literally seen it all from BO4 that like I'm ready for anything.
Dude, they already
also-
said they
yeah.
did the last operation in BO4. They already said they're done, like making
Yeah.
content for it.
Yeah,
That
like
blows my mind.
that game is fully over now, and I think I think right now they're going full on hardcore for BO5. And again, like going back into the Zombies Chronicles topic for BO5, it's like Transit Die Rise Buried could be on this content, Die Rise DLC 1, Buried DLC 2. We can
Yeah.
literally be seeing that. We have no idea. Like, and that's the scariest part is because of all these little things that have happened where there's like lack of developer communication, lack of this, lack of that. There's no clue to what this next game could be.
No.
Absolutely zero.
Well, they're saying, they said that the Sledgehammer one was a Cold War type of era for the campaign, but even that also, that has nothing to do with zombies. The campaigns usually
No.
never have to do
No.
with fucking zombies. You know?
Dude, yeah, Black Ops 3 is a fully futuristic game set, and first map on BO3 is like a
Jazz
19.
Vivo, and yeah.
So like,
I remember there was that. Remember that was a big scare at the time. People were like, "Oh my god, Exos and Treyarch," because that was the first Treyarch game to come out in the futuristic mode, and people were like, "Oh god." Yeah. There was even a little bit of like friction when you could wall run in shadows. They were like, "What is this? Wall running?"
dude, I thought the wall running part in Shadows was like genius.
I
I
thought it
thought
was
that was
fine.
one of the best parts of that map. I wish they would have added that more. Like, I
Yeah,
love
no, yeah.
DE's wall running, and then Zetsbo just was like, nah, swimming.
I wish they added a new fucking map in Neo 4 Lex. I wish they would have added something. Don't you
I
feel
feel
like? Don't you feel? Oh, go on, Jack. I'm sorry. Go on.
I feel like everyone says they want boots on the ground until we get boots on the ground. Like BO3 was such a solid game in terms of like both multiplayer and zombies. I don't know. It seems like boots on the ground has become such a stigma of like this means good COD game, not boots on the ground means bad COD game.
I think people are confused for boots on the ground and fluid movement.
Yeah.
Like fluid movement is what everybody wants. Like Black Ops 3, in my opinion, had some of the best movement.
I was gonna
for a
say,
Call
I
of
think
Duty
they had
game
the
ever.
best future movement in the COD was BO3.
Yeah, like
just movement in general.
yeah, like I think one of the worst was, I'm sorry, Turbo, but Advanced Warfare.
Hey man,
I can't.
I've been
get
hurt a
over
lot. I'm used to it.
Because of the jumps in Advanced
But this is
Warfare.
the thing. I also think boots on the ground without anything is kind of shit. Like, I don't like being like just constantly running and then it's
Yeah.
like you're just doing the same patterns over and over. Like, I'm not saying futuristic movement, but like maybe some sort of ability, like, a little bit faster sprint or a little bit
Yeah.
higher
Mhm.
jump, something
Yeah.
like that. Like, that makes the game more fresh rather than just
Like
running.
Apex was like that because Apex you get to a point where you're like sliding really fast and it feels like you're always moving like at a really fast
fluidity.
rate.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Apex has the Apex. You could consider boots on the ground, but
Mhm.
they do movement way better than
Yeah.
literally anything I've seen from Call of Duty. Like in terms of, like you
Mhm.
said, fluidity. You can like slide down a whole hill. Like that's incredible. Cool.
Yeah.
I always think that Zombies has had such potential. I just don't know where BO5 can take it. It would be cool. I
Yeah.
wanted Zombies Battle Royale. I thought Blackout was starting to go in that direction, but then just kind of did nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. What do you think? So now we'll get to this next, because this is like leaking into this next topic here. Where do you think this can lead to this 2020 Zombies? What is the best case scenario for a Treyarch 2020 Zombies? I said best case scenario, what I think would be good, and to keep the community on a straight path. I think if they used this game, what they should have done was BO3. They should have known in their head, okay, let's finish the fucking storyline that we had for years before we bring a new one in. Let's finish the one we started. They should have done that in BO4. Then in this game, they should have introduced a new storyline, new game, new storyline, new zombies. But I think what they should do now is continue with chaos. Give us some crazy curveballs throughout the season with maybe, because Activision's loving to do shit different now with free DLCs, and they're starting to do crazy different stuff now, marketing-wise, purchasing-wise, now with Modern Warfare. I guarantee you they're going to do crazier stuff now with the next game. I guarantee I think for the next COD Zombies game, we need to continue with Chaos Zombies, and then throughout throw us some curveballs, maybe throw in the finished Diarize or the finished Buried. Throw that in for a curveball for something.
Well, I just think it would be so bold of them to just re-release a game with transit. Like, I think if they... Now, this is the new next gen that they've always wanted. This, like, Black Ops 2 wasn't next gen enough for their idea. This is it. They can finally mold the whole idea together and unveil it however they want. I think if they did transit again and separated it like they did, but made it perfect, it could be potential for a good start. Like, I think people would see that and be like, wow. They brought it back to the BO3 mechanics, maybe added a little more finishes here. Like, I think it'd be. I think it could be incredible.
The normies would just lose their minds.
Everybody would go crazy for it.
Memories on.
Yeah, it would be
Zombies.
I think it would be the last hope for BO5. Like, it would be like, this is it. Like, this is all we've got. And this is the thing with Chaos. It's funny because it's like there's a really fine line between it being a whole season pass and it not coming out at all. We have no clue. It could be the whole season pass after Transit Buried Die Rise. It could be nothing. It could never come out again. We could be seeing a whole new storyline.
But you know what though? If we get no more Chaos, and then Craig Houston's like, we got a new one, and someone comes up to him and says like, oh hey, but what about this? What? Like that could happen. I don't think, and that would be bad because like if you
and that will make BO4 the most forgettable cult.
That's what I'm trying to say. Do you think they're gonna want to make this next game like forget what the fuck we did? Because I think that's a smart move for any business.
Forget what you know again.
Forget what you know, part 2, bitch. Like you might have to say like to yourself, what would any good businessman or like any smart businessman do in that position? If you made it,
I think it would be the best bet.
Phil Swift made bad product of Flex Glue and Flex Spray, right? And there was a product he put out, he was pushing it, he was gluing boats and sharks in the river together, and it just flopped. Nobody bought. It was a terrible product. You would want, okay, that's it. Stop selling them. Take them off shelves. That's it.
You want to rebrand.
You want to rebrand. You wanted to forget about that shit would happen. And then that's why I think this next game, I'm one of those people that Jack even knows with DLC 4 and shit. I'm one of those people that keeps the hope, that keeps like, okay, they could do it. They could do it. And then they didn't.
But the thing is, for us, it's like, they remaster Transit. What do we see that as? We're like, oh my god, another remaster.
But
that's
for the
what
main
everybody
consumers
from us
out
sees.
there, they're like, oh shit, they're doing it again. What?
Yeah, and it's like, like I said, I think the chances of an original map for BO5 on launch are slim. Like, they are slim. Like, just talking about the time that they've had.
That's a risk too.
It's a huge risk, especially if they put it on Chaos. Like, that's a fucking major risk. Like, I can't even imagine. And then it's like, second, it's like they've done something already. It's like, and they know it will be a confirmed banger. So it's like,
and if it goes well, because think about it. I think Treyarch's main goal for this next COD game is to, one, make a great Zombies game, a great game that people can play right away at the gate, but then to have I think if I was them, a comfortable, relaxing cycle of the game.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Think about what they had to go throughout this game. The stock dropping, okay? Activision basically having to fire like pretty much half of the fucking staff of like whoever they had on staff. Treyarch going through.
Crazy.
Blundell drinking.
Blundell's drinking problem. The Blundell being fired. The Vonderhaar, is he leaving? Is he not? Is he fired? What do those tweets mean?
Yeah.
Shit that people not knowing what the hell is going on. No marketing for Dead of the Night. Dead of the Night having to be a map that was misplaced differently.
It literally just released.
It released.
I forgot about that.
You can just play it.
The map just came out. I remember going on Twitter, literally like
like Dead of the Night gameplay.
People
And
like
what the fuck?
people like Dalek and Milo, people who would be scheduling their midnight release streams or whatever. People like that were on Twitter saying like, "There's a new map out."
Bro, I saw my first viewing of Dead of the Night. I didn't even know it was called Dead of the Night. At that point, we were like, I think it's called Night of the Dead.
London Castle map, whatever.
Yeah, it was because like some French variation of the teaser of the map came out, and everybody was like translating. It was like Nuit des Morts. And everybody's like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" First thing I see, I go on Twitter. It's like some random PS4 streamer of some person in Australia.
Doesn't speak
Dead of the Night
English.
official gameplay. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's just crazy.
So, but you know, and so then that happened. So I just think Treyarch wants a smooth release. With the blue screens in the beginning, they just didn't have.
Jesus, I forgot how bad the blue screens were. Oh
They
my
did
god.
not have a great go around year. I just think Treyarch won, and then if that does happen, they have a nice relax. Like everything comes out on time. They do what they planned. They didn't do what they did in BO4, which overbooked themselves. I feel like they try to overdo themselves and do too much than they can handle in BO4. Hence factions never.
They tried to one up BO3.
Yeah, trying to one up BO3. Hence factions having to be cut. Hence the Newton's cookbook thing that was supposed to be in BO4.
Turbo.
Shut the fuck
Grizz
up, Jack.
said factions are
Fuck
coming.
up, Jack. Shut the fuck up. Fuck Grizz.
No worries.
Fuck
Dude.
Grizz. Fuck you. And fuck factions. Okay, that's it. But yeah.
What is so good about factions?
I don't know. And you know what's funny?
At this point.
And you know what's funny? I think on one of the tweets about Blundell being fired, he responded with "Where the fuck's factions?" So I mean, people want factions. It's not leaving people's minds.
I don't want factions. I don't care. Just release
Grizz.
a
I
good
want
game.
BO4 to not exist anymore.
Only
dog.
Grizz wants factions. Only Grizz wants factions.
BO4 spawns just so much.
Bro, they went. You know the Blundell Q&A videos and shit they did. They had to go back and delete 2 of them. Cause the one about the one about factions and the one about Newton's cookbook going to be like a Newton's cookbook type of thing going to be in the game. That couldn't happen. Factions couldn't happen.
Wait, they edited them out?
Back on
Dude, it's like, how did they fuck up this bad, dude?
No
They
way.
deleted 2 tweets.
That doesn't surprise me.
So
actually.
also my thinking of why Blundell really wasn't there, why YouTubers weren't getting invited, because you want to know why? I don't think they want to be questioned, and they know we're gonna ask those questions.
Yeah.
They know people.
Dude,
like,
imagine Milo sitting down with Blundell now.
They
like,
know
in comparison
people
to how he
like-
did BO3.
they
It's
know.
so weird, yeah.
They know people like us would ask those questions,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
Yeah, he would
Like-
grill him.
The thing is, though, is like I think it's good to talk about BO5 in the relation to the market, and it's like right now gaming is in a lull, so there's potential for BO5 to like. This is the thing. It's like BO4, I think, left zombies off in a very strange but perfect place. It's like there's such a fine line between it could be incredible or it could be trash, and it's like right now we might just be in that honeymoon phase where it's like we're in that reality.
Yeah.
But I think we could be seeing a really good product, but a product again that will not be able to update constantly and will not be able to compete with games in the market. I think is ultimately the thing that we have to fully establish. But again, if they can capture their audience from BO3, I think that's a huge feat. I think that's a success. But
I think it
Do you
is too.
think CODs in the next like 3 or 4 years are going to see MW success and just remaster, or not remaster, but like reboot old games? Because I 100% think that the next
Hard
game
to
that
say.
Infinity Ward makes is MW2. I 100%.
The
I would
campaign
bet
shows
money
that.
on
I
it.
think. Yeah, the campaign.
Yeah.
I think shows that.
And just
Yeah.
the success of crossplay, I would literally bet money that the next IW game's MW2.
But my idea of the Call of Duty and Call of Duty Zombies games, I think is near, because I think they're running out of things to do. They've
Yeah.
done so many things. It's like they might as well just release one full finished copy of something great in the future when you can fit it all in, when it's not 400 gigabytes to download. You know, it's just like, come on, like Modern
They
Warfare is
can't
like
milk it that way.
300 gigabytes. I
think
know,
they're
but
just
like
gonna milk it till it dies.
they are milking it right now, but
Mhm.
at the cutoff of when it dies, I think that's when they'll release it, and then that's when it'll get big.
Yeah.
But-
No.
Which, in
you
my
think there'll be
opinion,
a definitive
could be
end?
close.
You think there will be a definitive end soon?
There they're still making money. That's what people forget. They're still
Yeah.
making money. So don't
They
forget
make
the side
money.
they're most important on. Listen, this is Activision right now, okay? Here's Sledgehammer, here's Treyarch, and here's the fucking developers. They have them on a string. This is Activision. You're making this game, you push it out. You're making this game, you push it out. You're making this one this year, you put it, and then they're still making money. They don't give a fuck that the FAL isn't working. They don't care that they don't care that the DSR isn't buffed. They don't give a fuck.
It's still one of the best-selling console games ever. Like, it's not just gonna... I don't think it's necessarily gonna definitively stop, but I think there's going to be a point where something massive changes, and I would like that for it to be this COD. I would have liked that to be Black Ops 3. I would have liked that to be Black Ops 4.
Yep.
But it's like, who knows when that's going to come out, right?
Yeah, I know.
Right.
True that. True that. People in the chat, let me know your opinions on what you think the next BO5 2020 Zombies game could be before we just move on to the final thing for the podcast, because I want to know your opinions too, chat. What in your mind, chat, would you think would be a successful Zombies game this coming up year? One thing I think, because gameplay-wise, Lex, what do you think is one thing gameplay-wise they missed out on BO4? Like any game, because in BO3, that's when they added in a lot, like the mid cutscenes, like the mid step cutscenes. They added like like the mechanics of besides like sliding. They added a lot of things you can do in game Easter egg wise and stuff like that. I think one thing they missed, they didn't do well in BO4 was the Easter egg steps in way, like you're not getting involved, in Easter egg steps.
Yeah, so I think if BO5 released with these two things, I think it would be incredible. One is a very basic custom map maker, and people could make their own maps, and it could release on a community feed, and
that
people could download
would be fucking cool.
Like sort of like Mario Maker, where it's just like
it's
everyone.
really
Like a
not
Mario
difficult.
Maker.
Yes, it like make
It's
your
really
own like
simple.
little variation of a map. It would be perfect. That's
What if they
such
go-
simple things.
And then what? And
that
then
they
what
could
if
do.
with every release, what if like a DLC one releases, the area they give you, because of course to keep
expands? Yeah,
it expands. It could do that. It could expand. But also, what if with every DLC, with every new zombie map that can come out, what if so now this custom pack, a new custom pack comes out to like you can create, let's
Like
say
assets from that map.
So like let's say and also new locations. Like let's say for example, the Rising Drac came out in BO3. The Rising Drac came out, and then along with the Rising Drac, like the buddy also with it is the custom pack, and the custom pack is only the starting room. You can do whatever the fuck you want or change the starting room however you want it.
You're
And
raising
for
my
every-
expectations way
well,
too
and then
high.
think about that, right? It's like they put so much time and effort into things like mutations, and like nobody really does that. But it's
No.
like that is the next step. It's like take all the stuff that you put on mutations and give us maps. And it's like if people can just make maps, that is way better than anything you can do in a whole DLC cycle.
Yeah.
Like that, I think is key. If they do that, this would be the game. Like this would be the game for something like that to come out. But again, I don't want to hype everybody up. But
DK
like,
Dynamite
it'll be
does
cool.
say something in the chat. He said, "Imagine BO5 comes out with no zombies maps, but a zombies make, and they're like, make it your fucking self. Make the maps yourself. You fucking. You want to comment on all maps? Try to
you
make a
fucking
map
make-
your fucking
yeah.
selves. Here,
Yeah.
you want Juggernaut back? Here's the machine.
Yeah,
Place it where
fucking
you
make-
want.
It could be like that, and that would be arguably a lot better than anything they could do. Like,
Or at least
you know?
give us. I don't get why they think customization is giving away. Like when, even picking a character. We're beyond that now. We get it. We get the quotes. And you know what? If somebody wants to know the quotes that bad, guess what? They're gonna pick that fucking character they don't play with a long time.
I think
Shit
story
like that.
emphasis-
Why are they still holding back customization from us?
I think it's because of story emphasis, and I think story
I know, but
like
still, it sucks.
one of the worst parts of zombies, because it's like when I look at zombies, like it's funny because I was talking to JC about this, and I was like, he was like, you don't play zombies for the story? I was like, bro, there is no story in zombies. This story is whack.
It's
like
pretty much
it's
in
so
shambles right now.
ridiculous. It's like you can literally see them, like if you look back at all the maps comparing to how it's come up to now in Black Ops 4, it's
Yeah.
like you can see them actively writing the maps as they release them. It's like, go.
Yeah, no.
For real.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
the story's just so whatever.
When you saw
I don't
Craig
know.
Houston sitting there like the big script like this, I was like, oh wow, nobody gave a fuck about that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's like Zombies story, like, and this is the thing. I think association with like Ether and Chaos, I think that should just end. It should just be like, here's a Zombies map, play it. The story doesn't even have to matter, you know.
And you know what? Also, here's the thing they should have done. Now I'm not sure you even agree with me. Do you think they should have done in BO4 finish BO3 storyline with the Ether and then bring a new storyline Chaos? Or you think it was a good thing they brought in a new storyline and still trying to finish?
I think the inclusion of a new storyline was bad, and I think ending the game in BO4 was bad. I think it was all bad.
And also, why would you end the game and the story that you were babying the whole time? Why would you end it on a game that fucks up its known mechanics that it made the game mode known for? Why?
I think it's because they're tired of it. They want to get rid of it, and it's like, this is why like a custom map maker is a perfect idea. You don't need a story. You just give them the tools and they make it. It's like it's raw gameplay, and I think people would enjoy that so much more than anything they could put out. And it's exactly what they've been working on. Mutations. It's like the next step. Make the map. You know.
Yeah. Like Shadows in BO3 was so far away from the main story. Like it was part of the main story, but it was so far away from it. I feel like the maps, like Zetsubo was in the main story. It wasn't a good map. Like it doesn't have to be part of the story. It very clearly has been seen. It doesn't have to be part of the story to be a good map.
I think a disassociation with story would be incredible. And it's like it's because like I have basically zero investment in Chaos. I have obviously zero investment in Ether now that it's over.
Yeah.
And it's like that next step would be like, in terms of content, in terms of YouTube and stuff, a map maker would be the best.
Yeah.
Especially for next gen. Because next gen will be able to handle it a lot more.
Yeah, the Xbox refrigerator would be able to hold all that memory. The fucking Xbox. How do you feel about that, Lex? The Xbox refrigerator, that big Xbox, goddamn new gen.
Got a new fridge.
Come on, man. Come on. I even said to my friends, I'm like, of course I'm probably getting the PS5, but that even looks like a fucking router.
It's just like a glorified pre-built PC.
It looks like a Wi-Fi router. The PS5. It looks like a router. So I'm probably getting that because there's no way in your I wasn't getting an Xbox anyway, but Microsoft, what the fuck are you thinking for design? You really think a kid wants a console the size of a
people?
Yeah, but guess what? You want a PC? Buy a fucking PC.
Dude, I've been telling that to console people for years.
It's like man.
But the console players that say they want a PC, yeah, go buy a PC. But if you want a PC, but you're gonna spend the amount of money that you could spend on a PC, but then you're getting it because it looks like a PC.
I don't think it's just because it looks like one. I think it's subliminally like people are more attracted to. Like I think that it's not a bad design. I think it's actually kind of a decent design, especially.
It's a decent design the way like the green shines in the top and shit like that. Yeah. But the size, Jack, it looks like a giant Lego.
It's pretty fucking big, and it's also it's like you hold. I think the biggest problem is any console that's vertical is bad. Like you're just constantly gonna be knocking it over and like making a mess out of it, and it's like. I don't know. I don't even know if you can place that vertical fridge like horizontal.
Yeah, because that's the beauty of the PS4 is you can literally like put it anywhere.
You can put it anywhere.
Basically.
Yeah.
What is it even called? I'm just typing in new Xbox.
It's Project Scorpio. I don't even know what the actual
is
thing
it
is
on
called.
Fucking? It's not on Best Buy yet. Why am I on Best Buy? Xbox.
It's called the Xbox Series X.
Xbox Series X. Wow, they're creative. Yeah.
Turbo, do you use Yahoo?
Bro, I don't know why Yahoo's been my main for some reason. I have to fix that. Look at that. The new Xbox. It's a fucking SpongeBob. But this is it, guys. That's it.
SpongeBob.
This is the new But look at the damn thing. It's a mini fridge. It's the Juggernaut mini fridge. That's your Xbox.
Like from a front view, it does look like a desktop tower.
Yeah, it does.
That is what they're trying to go for.
But if you want a desktop, get a desktop.
Yeah.
But some people aren't into that. Some people just want.
Some people want the fake shit. I get it. Some people like fake asses. I get it. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, you can make it both vertical and horizontal.
So yeah, you can make it both like the same, like the Xbox Series. Okay, what person were you when you would go over to your friend's house and they would have their Xbox? Would they have it vertically or would they have it horizontally? Which person were you? Your Xbox vertically or horizontally?
Vertically.
I was a horizontal guy.
Yeah,
See,
I
that's
was
the thing.
horizontal too.
Like that's the thing though. It's like it might be better though to have this vertically because it looks like a big fridge, right? Like horizontally, I'm looking at this Xbox Series X.
It would
There's
look
no way I
stupid.
can fit it. Yeah,
It's like a
there's-
GameCube.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's like a GameCube.
yeah.
The GameCube
It's like-
series.
It's like if you took a GameCube and just like stretched it. That's an Xbox Series X.
And it's weird because I thought they were gonna go more and more slim the further we got into console development, so they could compete with like big PCs. Because we saw that from like the Xbox One. I guess the Xbox has
Xbox
never really
is
gone
slim.
that way.
It, like I don't know. The Xbox is slim. But the thing is, it's like it's. I think it's trying too many things. It's like trying
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
too much like a tower, and then
I also love how everyone's losing their minds over the PS5 like development version. Like they're like, they think that's exactly what the PS5 looks like when it's just
no.
just like a
yeah.
leak.
Wait, that's
render,
not what it's gonna
basically.
look like.
No.
It
Wait,
looks-
wait, wait, wait.
It looks like an audio like platform
So
thing.
this is what it is,
makes
right?
volume.
Wait, so this is what it is. So it's. Oh wait a minute, it isn't what I was looking at before. What the fuck? Then I got a wrong image. Then.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
talking
not even the fully finished version. But it's
So
PS5
what's that thing on the?
So-
So what's that like pad on the actual console?
That's all fake. That's all just literally renders and stuff.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I-
really trust
yeah.
any.
This is the one I saw. I think this is actually Dalek. If I click on this, it's actually fucking Dalek.
Yeah,
on
it
the
was
floor.
Dalek.
Yeah.
I
It's
remember
fucking
that.
Dalek. I knew it.
Dalek
I
JD.
knew it. I knew it. I knew it, Dalek. What is this? What is this?
Official.
What is this? What
Official
is this? I know how the fuck did I know it was Dalek just by looking at the thumbnail? I knew because that was the one. See, Dalek bringing out false info. I thought that was what the PS5 looked
but-
like.
Listen, the thing is, for people like us, though, it doesn't matter. Whatever console has exclusivity, that's the one
That's
we
the
buy.
one we're getting.
That's it.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I
there's
was-
literally
That's
nothing
literally
else.
why I buy a PlayStation.
It doesn't even like all these consoles coming out for us. Literally just doesn't matter. It's like
so,
yeah.
which basically got announced first, like the official Xbox, I guess. That was the first
Xbox
Yeah,
Series X is the
Xbox.
first. Yeah,
Wow.
PS5 yet to be announced, which is weird. It's like they should probably do that soon.
Yeah.
Soon, maybe.
Yeah.
People plan for it.
For sure 2020 will be when it comes out, but
Yeah, no. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
I again, like I think BO5 has huge potential, and it also could be incredibly trash again. And I think I think until we start seeing these teasers, that is when we'll start getting a bigger idea. Because it's like if they say, "Oh yeah, here's Transit," as a release map, I will be incredibly excited if Transit's the first map. I will be incredibly excited, but it's like, where do they go from that?
Somebody asked me to type in PS5 dev kit.
Yeah,
See
that's the
the
one that got
size.
like everyone was freaking out
Okay,
about.
so wait, so Dalek wasn't wrong then with that shape. 'Cause
It's a
that's-
dev
Well, the
kit.
controller's definitely
Yeah.
wrong, but yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So the dev kit means like every piece of software that would be in the PS5 is in that, but that's like just
Exactly.
what it looks like. Right?
Yeah, that they just used that
Yeah.
in order to like work on stuff.
Oh, then
yeah.
smooches, Dalek. I apologize. I'm
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah. Basically, you could just put a desktop tower as a replacement. That's just
Yeah.
their design for the dev kit, which is cool. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope
no.
I hope the console does not look like that. If it looks like that, I'm buying an
if
Xbox.
well, actually, if it looks like that, I would kind of like it a little bit more because it fits.
It's like
it
a
would fit
life
well.
alert.
It looks like a life alert. Oh my god, you're so fun. All right, yeah, but I don't know, guys. What are you guys in the comments gonna get? You know, what my friend also said it kind of also feels like too soon. Like some of my friends just bought their PS4s.
No, if you think about it, the PS4's been
No.
out for a while.
We did the math. To keep the same span.
Dude, the
from
PS4 came out in
to keep
2013.
the same span from the 360 to the one and the PS.
Yeah, but the
two-
span
three
doesn't
to the
matter
4.
because it can't keep up with the games today.
No, that's what I mean though. The time in between. That's what we're talking about. If it doesn't matter. Time in between, my friends got it in that time. They would have 3 more years. So right now we're standing. If we would stop the Xbox 360, 3 more years in 2023, the Xbox
But
One
it doesn't
would be
matter
coming out.
because we've already gotten like so advanced in terms of like what the standard is for frame rates and stuff that it has
Yeah,
to come out.
I think that's
Yeah.
more of like a technology thing.
Yeah,
where
this is a technology thing, but
we've
for
been evolving
consumers who
fast.
can't afford the next console, and I'm assuming they're still gonna.
Imagine being poor. Couldn't
Bro.
be me.
Bro, I'm assuming that. I'm assuming that they're still gonna make the games for PS4 and PS5, and Xbox
yeah.
One, but not
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
the same graphics as that the limit.
They said it'll be crossover.
I'm gonna put this out here right now. I guarantee you that the next Black Ops game will have another last gen. There will be a new last gen version.
What do you mean,
coming
like a
out,
PS4?
for sure.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
sell enough copies.
For
for
sure.
Oh
those
no
ones.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like how far do you think until they stop making PS4, Xbox One games? Cause still think about it, they just made a new version of the Xbox One last year or 2 years ago,
Yeah,
Dude, they release an iPhone every year.
bro. That's,
Well, so this-
that's
this
also
is-
crazy too.
Yeah, I think it'll be a while though. I think that you'll stop seeing PS4 and Xbox One games on the shelf in maybe like 2 years, like
Yeah.
2022.
360 and PS3, that was already well known they're gonna stop, because if you could
Yeah.
see the way the graphics look like just in general, you knew that was
The
gonna be very
hardware's-
quick.
hardware's-
Yeah. You knew that was gonna be fast, but I don't know. It looks like a V from Roman numeral 5. Probably Xbox. I'm taking the Xbox. I bought PS4 2013 Christmas, so I don't know. That's when I got my Xbox One.
I literally can't think of a reason besides like what your friends are on and exclusivity to buy
Yeah.
like one or the other
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
That's
there's
what it
really
basically is.
No reason.
Yeah.
They could
And-
release an absolute whack job of a
Yeah.
console design, but if it has God of War 2 on it, dude, I'm buying.
I'm seeing a lot of Xbox. Wow, a lot of Xbox, a lot of Xbox.
Yeah,
not a lot of.
It
PS.
could be Xbox turn this generation, especially
But
if this
why?
is the
Especially
final.
now with the look. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
All
It-
depends
it's
on
hard
the
to tell.
exclusives like that are announced.
Bro, I might be. Yeah, if literally tomorrow they say exclusivity Xbox, I might be on the fucking. Oh my god! But then I. Gotta...
E3 will be huge for 2020, I think.
Oh
There
no!
will be
Yeah, this
big
E3 is gonna be crazy. This is actually
Yeah.
gonna be a crazy E3 week. Wow, I remember that time Xbox first, PS4, Xbox One. Wow, yeah, that was a time.
Dude, they're gonna
Yeah.
slap like PS exclusive or Xbox exclusive on everything at E3
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be
People
so
be
good.
spending.
The one thing that I did see that, of course, the graphics on the new Xbox. I cannot wait till the graphics become like in some games it already is. But I remember playing LA Noire on the 360 or whatever on the PS3, thinking it was the greatest graphics of all time. Then I got into MLB The Show on PS4, thinking it was the craziest sports graphics and shit. I cannot wait till graphics in video games become literally like we are looking at. Some COD graphics look like that.
So
within
Rosie,
our lifetime, dude. I think within our lifetime.
I think, bro.
it
When do you think
incredible.
When do you think they're gonna? When do you think they're gonna try to bring
Turbo.
in like real
Go
actual
build.
people?
Go build a $2,000 PC, download The Witcher. That's about as close as you're gonna get right now. If you ever played The Witcher on PC,
No.
oh my god,
Isn't that the
is
game
like,
that shows like
life-
medieval cock and shit?
is something else, dude. How insane that is, and ahead of its time. I got scared. I was like, what's real anymore?
I don't know. I heard
Yeah.
that game shows medieval poon. Lex, are you ready to help some people with some advice?
Yes,
Okay.
my strong
People,
advice.
We end
Ooh.
on some previous podcasts. We end the show on this topic that I literally go on Google, type in people asking for advice. You know those old newspapers like advice with Susie Lou on Saturday nights, and then you would write into the
Susie
newspaper.
Lou reported for duty.
You would write into the newspaper, I have arthritis, and then she would be like, "Oh, drink some tea." Okay, so we have Lex here, and we're gonna. I took 3 just random advice things I found
Oh,
on
Absolute
columns,
failure.
random
afraid.
pieces of advice. People in chat, give us your advice as well. Okay, so we
Here
got.
we go, baby.
Okay.
Gonna help some people out.
Just
Psychiatrist
helping
right
people
here.
out. Okay, so which one do I want to start with? Okay, so the first one is from a man named Michael G.
Michael
I
G.
don't know
Okay,
how to
Michael.
tell my girlfriend her shit smell horrible, and I have to shut the door for an hour or the whole house is out of commission. What is the most respectful way I can go to my girlfriend to tell her this? Now, right away, I thought, okay, this guy
Depends
definitely.
what she's eating.
I definitely think he used Febreze and shit. Like, he's using that, I can assume. But if your
Febreze is
girlfriend,
powerful,
if your girlfriend's bombing your shit in the bathroom, right? How do you go by that respectfully?
Well, this is the thing. If he can smell it, that means that she's doing a bad enough job to not clean it up. You know, and I think
Okay,
that.
so she's not Febrezing and shit. So what?
Yeah, I think like because it's like if you go into a washroom, you're not just gonna be like, "Sayonara, bitches,
Yeah.
this is it."
I
Like-
already knew one person in the chat was gonna be like my friend Matt, who goes, "Wait,
I
girl,
literally-
shit."
The first thing I saw in chat was wait.
Bro, my friend Matt says he has a girlfriend. He says his girlfriend doesn't shit, doesn't fart. He makes it known that he thinks that like girls,
He's a
females does not
rude
shit.
awakening.
Listen, I grew up with a sister. I fucking know they fucking shit. Okay, I'm gonna put my sister on blast right now. You fucking shit. So yeah, no, but I can it's fact. But I say this is what he does. I say he takes her out to dinner and says, "Oh my god, this place smells like one of your shits, huh?"
Dang.
That's a little tough, dude.
Dang.
Bring it up
listen,
like that.
I'm
I would get
old-fashioned.
wine thrown at me.
If there's a problem, I always confront it. Like where Turbo's like trying to make some like crazy fucking solution.
Well, that's
or
how I
something
get
like
through.
that.
Honestly, in life, that's how I
Yeah.
get through problems comedically.
just
I
be
try
like,
to
hey,
I try to get some
about
funny
something.
out of it.
And then that's it, right? Like yeah.
So,
like-
so what would your line be? What would your line be? Hey, your
Well,
shit
I'd be like,
fucking stinks.
I'd be like, hey,
you
okay,
smelly
like,
bitch. Your shit stinks.
I'd be like, hey, the bathroom's smelly, and I know for sure that's not me. Let's talk about it.
Listen,
oh my
listen.
god.
You just start like you slowly start shitting like in the living room, and then when she starts complaining about it, you're just like, oh,
Great
well,
fucking
now there's a problem.
Jack, I love it. I love it, Jack. I love that.
So
I
now
love
there's a
that.
problem whenever it smells like mine.
I love it. I love that.
I think we have a
Wow.
solid
I
solution
love
here.
that. I love
Third
that.
dominance.
Listen, us being boys too, we've gotten blamed.
Yeah, I
for-
feel like we have
listen,
like the worst opinion on
Bro,
this
listen,
topic.
we as boys, right? We have been blamed for countless times for peeing on the seat. We have been blamed countless times for not peeing inside of the actual toilet. Jack, I'm not sure how your aim is. My mom's watching the show, so she can acclaim.
Why am I being singled out?
I don't know, because
Yeah,
I can only assume.
I'm a
I don't-
sharpshooter,
Listen,
baby.
my mom's in the chat. She already knows that my aims sometimes aren't good. Listen, if I'm in the morning and I'm just like, I'm not aiming. Who the fuck aims? I'm not aiming.
No.
What do you mean? Who
I'm letting
aims,
it go.
Turbo?
I'm letting
You
it
just
all
go
go.
in and just like look away?
Yeah, sometimes.
Barbarians in New
Control,
York.
you can't control.
Oh my god.
That's why soap and water is available at all times. That's why. That's it.
I think you're alone in this matter, kiddo.
Spray and pray. That's exactly it. Spray and pray.
Spray and pray.
You guys are.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Off your
We've
rocker.
been blamed for that in our lives. So the girls have to be blamed for something too. They're known for their clean bathrooms. Like our public bathrooms are dirty. Theirs are clean.
Dude, that's such a lie too. Whenever my sister comes home from college, it gets 20 times.
No, I know.
messier.
No. I know that my sister too with the makeup and shit. I get it. I know. I know. Okay. And with his girlfriend shits in the air. I know it can be bad. Okay. So exactly, we gotta blame them for something too. Hey, your shit stink.
I think we have I think we have laid out solid solutions for
The
Michael.
next advice.
Yeah, my man Michael good.
Alex, I'm in Alex now, right? There's a burning feeling near my Achilles heel, and when I get a shooting pain, I throw up. What's wrong with me?
It's not
Now,
a side effect
Jack,
of heroin.
Jack, I brought this up also because when I saw Achilles heel, I thought of you. Because a doctor recently this year prescribed you medicine,
Yeah.
and they said to you, it was medicine for your liver?
No, I had to stop taking like ibuprofen for my liver.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you had to stop taking Advils and stuff. So they gave you something because they said, "Are you a drinker?" And you're like, "No." And they'll go, "Yeah, your liver's fucked
like,
up."
dude, how much do you drink? I was like, dog, I don't
So then
drink.
the
He's
doctor
like,
said, if you keep taking these medicine and your Achilles heel randomly starts to hurt, stop immediately. So when I
Yes.
thought of that,
Yes.
So
yes,
weird.
Jack.
I
How
was
do
like-
I know?
I
How
was
do
like,
I
should
know
I
more of your
fear
medical
medicine?
How do I know more of your
I
medical
totally
fucking
forgot
research?
about that. Yeah. God dang,
Look at
dude.
the
Yeah,
look
no,
at the
I
host
was
I am.
I was
Look at the host. I
mortified when he
remember
said
shit.
that. I was
Yeah.
like, if my Achilles heel starts hurting, I'm just probably gonna kill
So
myself.
this guy has a burning feeling in his Achilles heel, and every time it burns and it hurts, he just instantly throws up. I thought AIDS.
Yeah, I don't
just
know
say
what
go
that's
to
a
a
side of.
doctor. They know more than I do.
I think he has AIDS. I think just AIDS right away.
That sounds like a side
Can I
effect.
even say that? Can I make? I'm not making fun of him, but can I say he has AIDS because of this new YouTube rule of me bullying people? Can I even
I
say
think
that? He has AIDS?
diagnosing is
I
totally
think,
fair use.
yeah, we're just diagnosing
Fair.
here. We're diagnosing this
Yeah.
this unknown man who probably must be dead by now with AIDS.
We're using
Okay.
the information we have at hand
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think, yeah, AIDS. Case closed, baby.
That's it. AIDS.
So
You got
AIDS,
AIDS.
We're crapping in the living room.
I w-
Second case,
Dr. Drew-
AIDS.
Bro, do you
Dude,
know Dr.
I'm the
Drew?
worst at advice. Don't ask me for advice.
This next one might be good for you, Lex. This one
Oh,
might. This
God,
next one might be good
okay,
for you.
here we go.
But I don't know though. But I don't know. I'm gonna say AIDS. But you know what I'm saying though. Dr. Drew said New York City in like the 70s, 80s when like the HIV was not known that well and AIDS, blah blah. Do you understand the amount of doctors who had to like tell like Funky Pete in the waiting room that he has AIDS?
Feels
Dude,
bad.
it was common practice.
then.
Like,
Bro.
dude, so my mom's a doctor, right?
Yeah.
And she tells me some of the wildest stories I've ever heard of in my life that are
Fuck.
just the most scarring.
Doctors gotta go. I watch Nurse
She's
Jackie.
seen the worst.
I
like,
watched
she's
Nurse
seen the
Jackie on
worst.
fucking Netflix, and you have to see the trauma. Trauma in hospitals. No, you don't
It's
want to
bad.
know.
It's
You
bad.
don't want to know.
Couldn't be me.
Crazy
You gotta have
shit.
a strong will to work at a
Crazy shit. You need to have a
Right.
strong will. You gotta be like, you gotta be asking yourself, why the fuck am I here doing this every day? I don't know.
So
All
did I
right.
tell you about the
What?
person I looked over at the hospital the other day? I was there and
Yes, I did. Repeat it for the show.
yes. Me and my mom went to see my girl because she's in there for a
Yeah,
little bit.
how is she,
and-
by the way? How is she?
Oh, she's good. She's
very
good.
good,
She's
very
home.
good, very
Oh,
nice.
We look over and we recognize this lady from like my elementary school that I used to go to. We're like, oh, why are you here? She's like, oh yeah, my grandson. He was running with a gun. He tripped. He fell and like shot his ribs or something. He'll be fine. I just look at my mother. I'm like, did she say grandson? Like this kid was like 13 or something. My mind was blown.
Cause
I
you
was like,
got
this is
people running around with guns in your fucking
Dude, Texas is-
yeah, Texas,
Yeehaw.
man. Yeehaw,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. AIDS on Achilles heel and gunshots.
They
in the
they
ribs.
looked like they were not phased at all. They're like, you know,
That's
because
so fucking
yeah, because
wild.
they're probably giving birth in haystacks and shit. No fucking epidurals, no medicines and shit.
that's actually I was born in a haystack. Yeah.
Really? Oh my
Wild
god!
animal.
Not by a bonfire drinking
Yeah, no,
Bud
natural
Lights.
birth.
Hey man, this is
Look
why I
right
live in
out.
Canada, dude.
That's
not
it.
me, dude.
IIWII number 82 and MrTLexify Zombies Chronicles 2 Truth or Fiction. Answer AIDS. Last
thumbs up.
last thing of advice from our main man, okay? This is brought to you now by I'm gonna there's no name. I can only assume why it was no name because it looks like this person or this guy is
Oh,
in a bad
no.
shape, bad situation.
Bad.
And it's also very similar to what somebody can be going through soon with New Year's. That's why I also written down. So, every New Year's, my cousin gets really drunk and tries to kiss me. How do I tell her in advance to slow her down, or how do I create a safe space from her in this year's party?
Dude, you just put yourself in a situation where you're with her and just look around everyone and be like, man, incest is whack, right? And then just
So
No.
imagine you go into a New Year's party and your cousin, there's cousin Cheryl. Oh, here, 2 shots in, she's already done. Look at her. Oh my god! And then she's like, and the ball drops. I'm like, come here, cuz.
Dude, I just saw
Now let's say it was one of the years right now. You didn't know it was like the first year it happened. Your cousin comes over to you with like a strong motion, like "Come over here." What do you do? What, like, we'll get the fuck away? Or do you be like, oh, man?
I'm giving her the nah fool, like
Okay.
the
You don't turn the cheek. The good old domestic violence. The
fucking no.
do you turn the cheek? What do you do? Yeah, you turn the cheek. Do you
Nah,
just give
man,
the cheek?
this is what I do. Look, I'll get up here. So
Get
it's
up,
like
get
I'm
up,
right
yeah.
here, and I'm just like.
No pants, nice.
It's like,
I think we just find our cousins someone. They seem lonely. I think that's the problem.
yeah,
They're
if she's going for family, she's like down
Desperate.
or just desperate.
They may be in DQ down in my. They may be in Alabama. They may be living in Alabama.
Hello, JC.
Sweet home Alabama, touching the cousins' goddamn boots.
Alabama crazy, man. It's crazy down there.
Bro,
I've been
listen,
there.
listen, it's happened. I already know what's happening at one point in my lifetime before I die. I'm going to Jack's house to just see what the fuck happens up in that.
Turbo just thinks I ride horses.
I already know
sure.
before. Listen, I already know it could be in 20 years, 30 years, next year. I am going to Jack's facility. And I am going to be staying near to him in a hotel or maybe in the same bed, okay? We're going to be staying in the facility. I want to know what Jack's family does on a weekly fucking basis. If there is not one thing of drama...
Dude, watch like Full House or something.
That's what I mean. Jack, there's not one thing of drama that doesn't go on in my family. There's not one thing that doesn't go on wrong or poorly in my family at least one time a week. The one bad thing that might happen to you might...
Dude, things go wrong.
There's not a lot of gas in the car.
I mean, yeah, you're more than welcome, dude. You can vlog the whole thing. Life of a Texan.
You like my friend Finelli? We have a big joke, my friend Finelli. Me, all my friends, we have like all fucked up, crazy New York families and shit. And all of a sudden, my friend Finelli, I'm telling a crazy family story of a crazy Christmas brawl, blah, blah, blah. Then Vinny's telling another crazy family story. My friend Joe comes up with another crazy family story. My friend Finelli, my uncle embarrassed us dancing on a block party once. It was pretty embarrassing, guys. It was...
Hey, listen, man.
We're talking about fucking trauma that's gonna lead us into our adult... I'm sorry, your uncle did the cha-cha in front of you and your friends. I'm so sorry.
Listen, man, we may not live, exuberant lifestyles, but
Jack, has your mom ever raised her voice to your father?
Oh, dude.
Around the children.
Dude, you don't understand. Like, people in Texas live normal lifestyles. Like, this is a natural human thing.
I can only assume if your father has no more patience here in Texas, you can do, all right, that's it. What you say, bitch? What you say, bitch?
Yeah.
Like in New York, it's usually like a house phone being thrown, like, oh, you fucker, you too, you scumbag. In Texas, why you say that, Linda?
I've been to Noah's house. That's how it's like. So,
bro, I would.
I
would
be.
be. Bro, isn't there like a
guy.
rule in Texas where like you can legally hold a sword or something?
Dude, no.
You legally hold
Where
a sword.
the fuck is that? Where you can legally hold a sword? Like you can bring out a sword. Like
Can't you do
the
that
katana
anywhere?
I have here, you could. I don't know. There's some
Pretty
rule.
I'm pretty sure you can do that in Canada, man. I don't have a
Oh,
sword.
it depends. Yeah, it's in public. It depends how long the sword is, I think.
Bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Depends on how long.
It does. Because
Yeah.
you can conceal small
Officer
swords.
comes up to you, it's like a meter stick. Let me see your stick. I gotta measure it to see if it's illegal. No, it's only what's the legal limit, sir? 6 feet. Yeah, yours 5 and 9 inches. You're good. You're good to go.
You're
A
good,
5 foot 9 inch sword
Carry
attached to your
on.
thigh. Just
Yeah.
in case someone runs a red light on you, you might have to stab them in the Achilles heel, hence the burning sensation.
Solid
So, yeah.
callback, Turbo.
Solid
I
fucking
like
callback.
Very nice.
Holy goddamn shit. Guys, I think this has been a jam-packed podcast. I really think so. Lex, you crazy bastard. Ending out this
Wow,
podcast.
crazy.
I remember when we had you on the podcast for the first time. You know, well, let's do some nice research here. We
This
had
is the
you.
most we talked about zombies in a while. We haven't
Yeah,
been
no,
talking
this
about
is
zombies.
good. I needed a refresher. You know,
Just-
I think we all
exactly.
did.
You know what? You need a good refresher. This is one for you, Jack. I remember I talked to Talon not so long ago, and that was a good refresher for zombies. The first time we had you on, when our man Near Die was still a co-host, we had you on November 10th of 2018. That was the first time we ever had Lex on.
Over a year ago.
Wow.
Dude.
Over a year ago, we had Lex for the first time. Then we had you on this past summer for the biggest Zombies podcast ever. That was the second time. This is your third time on, and I just gotta say, just from the first time, having you on, where it was like a big thing, holy shit, and like we're having Lex on, and then to now, it's like, oh my god, it's just a great time to have Lex on. It seems like just like a normal thing. Brother,
just chilling, man. That's all it is, dude. I
all
always
I
love
can
doing
ask for.
podcasts. Like
That's it. Thanks, man.
I'll do anything. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. I
great.
really appreciate it. Lex, what do you got going on in the near future for people wanting to know? I know we've been doing a lot of custom zombies.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be recording some customs after this.
I'm down.
Hopefully that'll be up soon. And then for 2020, a lot of ideas just for just a lot of regular videos. I think for 2020, I'm gonna be doing a lot of interesting content, like more stuff, not even necessarily on gaming, more so of just like like Twitch culture or like
Somebody just asked what next time you stream.
Stupid memes and stuff like that. Yeah, for streaming, I don't know. I think after. For sure in the new year sometime. I think I'm done for 2019. Gonna take a break, and then for the new year, gonna start pumping stuff back up, getting into it. Doing what I do. But I've been taking a nice break. Gonna be enjoying it, and then for 2020, I don't know. I've got a lot of funny video ideas planned, and I've recorded some things. So I think it'll be good when it comes out. So
there you got it. There you
Big
go.
Stuff, yeah.
Jack, what are you doing for this New Year's? What are you doing to enter in the 2020 year? Are you doing Times Square Ninja and Times Square Part 2 with Ninja?
Dude, should I? Should I? Dallas?
Come to Times Square. Oh, go, yeah. Do like a city stream.
Like a really scuffed version.
Do the fucking. Remember when he bombed that dance? Like nobody was dancing with him outside.
I don't think he'll ever forget.
He was like, "Oh my god, guys, come on, dance!" It was pouring, raining. Everyone was miserable.
Honestly, I feel for the man. That's a struggle right there. That is rough.
Yeah.
That's rough times.
Rough times in the chat. All right, guys, listen. This is the last It Is What It Is podcast for 2019, and I cannot believe I'm saying that. It has been a fucking crazy year. I started this book. This book belongs to the It Is What It Is podcast. I started this book on January, February, April. I started this book on April, so April will be 1 year that I pretty much I logged the It Is What It Is podcast. But the 2019 for the It Is What It Is podcast, Jack, it was pretty much.
Yeah, we're gonna hit 100 next year.
We're gonna by this time next year we're gonna hit 100 fucking episodes. First of all, second of all. The things we did this podcast, we did the summer blockbuster. We did the I think that was like the first big thing we did as a podcast was we went out. We both went out and we went around places where we enjoyed and stuff in the summertime. We did the It Is What It Is summer blockbuster. We just did the It Is What It Is Christmas special where I wrote a script for the Christmas story, and I think that came out very fucking good. The way you just had your fucking sweater on.
I forgot to tell you right after you posted it, my mom like walked up to. She's like, "I liked your video."
Oh my god!
Oh, really,
bro? Then she heard my side of the story. Then hello, Mrs. Divas. How are you? Yeah.
She's got notifications on for you, Turbo.
Mrs. Deepest. That's so fucking thoughtful. Buy me a house. All right, so we're gonna go. But yeah, the 2019 podcast, it's been crazy. We had the biggest Zombies podcast ever with Rat Olsen 27, Lex. That was a good one. That was the craziest podcast. That podcast tied with the crazy enough the Pack-a-Puncher one. Most successful podcast. The biggest Zombies podcast ever. It goes biggest Zombies podcast ever. Pack-a-Puncher's podcast. The first podcast we did with Lex, and then it goes with all the great FPS ones. We had a ton of guests on this goddamn year. So yeah, a lot more to come this 2020. Believe me when I say I have a lot more for this podcast, like segments, like guys. I want to do a lot more shit with this podcast. Hence the big It Is What It Is poster I got hanging on my wall. I gotta
write it out, man.
I got a bunch of bullet points there. Bunch of bullet points. We're gonna go. Hope you guys had a great holiday, Christmas and whatever you had, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Hope you guys have a great 2020. Have a great new year. Thank you so much for showing all the love for the podcast in 2019. We will see you for the first podcast of 2020 on on the 4th. We will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bitch.
Deuces.